My name is Crystal Schild. When I first moved to my town that I currently live in, I got a job as the assistant manager of a cell phone store. The manager that I first had when I was hired was amazing. 10 out of 10, an immaculate manager. Great management skills, just overall a great person. Now she ended up getting an offer at another company and decided to leave my company and go work for another company. My company offered me the position of manager and I turned it down because I didn't have the time for it. So they decided to look elsewhere for management. They pulled somebody from another store, and when he first started, he seemed like he was going to be a great fit. Great guy, knew a lot about what he was doing, was smart, quick-witted. He just seemed like he was going to be perfect. A couple of months into the job, it turns out he wasn't as perfect as he originally seemed. He was mean and manipulative, and he constantly told me and my coworkers that we weren't doing anything, we weren't doing our job, and he was the only reason the company was still standing. He was the best part about it, spread rumors about us, just overall a toxic person. A few months go by and I decide it's time for me to leave. I get another offer from another company and I take my chance and I go. And I have customers coming to me after that, telling me that the store that I had worked at was being run down by the manager that was hired. So it turns out that the toxic one was never any of us all along. It was him. Now, the reason I bring this up is because everybody has a toxic coworker. At some point in your life, you're going to face it. Someone is going to work with you that either lies, spreads rumors, doesn't pull their own weight, just overall just isn't a good worker. And you need to know how to handle those situations, because I wish somebody had told me how to handle it when it first happened to me. Now, the first type of toxic coworker we have is the tea spiller. These are the people that spread rumors about people in the company. Someone that genuinely just loves gossip all the time, doesn't really care about their work, just wants to talk about other people. The second one we have is the slacker, is the person that doesn't pull their own weight, just kind of sits back, lets everybody else do, or talks your ear off to the point where you can't do your work and they can't do theirs. The third we have is the know-it-all. The person that genuinely just thinks, like it says, that they know it all, that they are the best of the best, that they can never be wrong. These toxic coworkers can be some of the worst because it means they don't take constructive criticism very well and they're not willing to grow along with the company. And the last one I have is the I'm so busy. This one is the one, like my manager that I had before, that genuinely thinks they are doing it all, that they are the perfect coworker, the perfect worker, and that they can do no wrong. Sure, they pull some extra work and they're doing a little bit else, but it's not helping the overall team dynamic at that point because they think they're better than everybody else that they're working with. And it's important to know how to handle these coworkers, because you're still going to be working this job. You can't control their actions, but you can control your own. The first thing you can do is just form coping mechanisms for outside of work. That way it's not affecting you while you're there, and it's not affecting you outside of your job and letting it affect your personal life. Whether that be grabbing lunch during work instead of staying there, or spending a little extra time with family after work. That way you're not so stressed the next day. The second way is get boundaries. That is an important one. Setting boundaries, letting everyone in your team know that you are not there to be their friend. You are not there to talk all the time. You're okay with talking after your work is done, because after all, that's what you're there to do. You're there to work, not make friends. The third one is confront it before it becomes a problem. You want to confront the coworker that's causing the issues, confront the coworker that's spreading rumors, because all the time, it's not necessarily the best thing to go higher up. Sometimes it just needs to be settled right there and then. Now, that being said, this doesn't give you an excuse to just move things along. You still want to have a healthy work-life, home-life balance, but you don't want it to overtake everything. You can't let the toxicity in your life, in that job, become everything to you. You have to learn what it means to be a good coworker to them, while also just keeping your own personal space so it doesn't affect your job and affect everyone around you. Remember, don't be the toxic coworker. Be the one that gets things done. Thank you.